Hey guys, so this week I'm going to respond to 2 comments I got on some of my YouTube videos, and they both relate to each other, and I feel like if I had had the answer to this a long time ago, it would have helped me out tremendously, so that's why I'm going to do this video. So the first comment is, I'm 12 and I'm gay, no one knows yet. I'm so confused on what to do. So I never had the luxury of, completely knowing that I was gay whenever I was 12 years old. There were probably signs I was gay before then, like long before then, but I'm just kind of a late bloomer, so to speak, and I didn't know. So I guess congratulations on knowing at such a young age, but you still don't have to rush, the whole coming out process. I can guarantee you, no matter how much you want to rush it, it's not going to be a quick process at all. Unless maybe you have very, very liberal friends and family, then maybe, I don't know. It's still, something not quick. But honestly, I would say with somebody that's so young, like if you really just know, like there's just no question in your mind, then I would basically give you the same advice of what I did, is just watch all the coming out videos on YouTube, basically. And I can guarantee you I watched them, each one of like 2 or 3 times, because it was just something that was preying on my mind so much whenever I was thinking about coming out. So that would be my advice, just to watch coming out videos, and also listen to other YouTubers on their advice, because of course, don't just listen to me. But also I would, if you're unsure, like if you're from a conservative family like I am, I would kind of base on like, okay, how is it going to go? How do I need to prepare by things that have been said in the past? So if your family has said in the past things like, oh, homosexuality is wrong, stuff like that, then it's probably going to be a little bit more difficult for you. So in that situation, if you're really that young, I wouldn't come out. If it's something that, like, especially like you might get abused, or you might get kicked out, or something bad might happen, I would say wait. Like, ultimately it's your decision, but I would say wait in that circumstance. Now, if you really, your family has never said anything negative about homosexuality, then you might be in a little bit better of a position. I know, for example, whenever I was younger, before I came out, that my family had occasionally would say something negative about gay couples or whatever, but it wasn't frequent. So it's hard to like base your experience off my experience, because they're not going to be the same. I can just tell you that if you watch my coming out videos and you're like, oh my gosh, Taylor, you were so lucky, your parents and your family are so understanding and yada yada yada, there were tough conversations afterwards. Like, there were conversations where I'm like, wow, is this really the same person? Mainly talking about my mom, but like even my sister, and actually I don't think I've ever talked to my dad about me being gay after coming out to him. Yeah, I can't think of a time. So that was fine. But yeah, there was conversations about like, oh, well, now you're not going to have kids, and of course biblical things and all that sort of stuff. So it's just one of those things that you're going to have to prepare yourself mentally for. Make sure you are sure. Make sure, and don't go into it with, hey, I'm gay, and then you roll it back like, no, I'm actually kind of like bisexual, and then, do it that way, because it can give whoever you're talking to like false hope, like, oh, well, if they're bisexual, then they can just be in a heterosexual relationship and that's it. Which is fine if you are bisexual, but if you're gay or lesbian, then that's giving them kind of false hope, and I can tell you from experience that's not a path you want to go down. So I hope that is helpful. I really can't give you any more advice than that. It's really on a case-by-case basis. You can generalize a little bit, but you really have to go by what you think. And it is really helpful if you can get a, best friend or a sibling on your side first, and then ask them their advice on how you should go about it. Sometimes that can be helpful, and sometimes, that can not be helpful, and they can end up hating you or whatever, But if it's your best friend or your sibling, you should know. Probably more than your parents. I mean, it's not, 100%, but that's what I wish I would have done in hindsight is if I would have come out in high school or earlier, I would have solicited the advice of my best friend, who I did come out to. Or different best friend. I have like 2 best friends, or 3, kind of, I guess. But it's to tell them first, come out to them first, and kind of the same rules apply. Make sure, they're kind of cool with the whole gay thing and so on. But and then kind of go from there. And that would be my best advice, is to get advice from somebody who knows your situation better than I do. But I really hope that helps. If you'll have any more questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Okay, here's the second comment. The second one is, I'm 13, and since I was 8, I identified as bisexual to my friends, but now I'm dealing with a situation where I think I might be lesbian, but I'm not sure. I don't know how or when to come out to my family. I need help. Can someone please help? Okay, kind of along the lines of what I have already said, but now if you're saying that you knew, gosh, from 8, I can't even imagine being 8 years old, but you're in, you were 13, you're in a very developmental part of your life, and you might like someone one day and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm definitely a lesbian, or then you're like, oh, well, I kind of like them, so maybe I'm bisexual. And it's really hard to tell. I mean, sexuality is on a spectrum. It's called the Kinsey scale. If you look that up, it's a psychology thing, and it's like, I am 100% straight, I'm 100% gay, and then there's in between. So if you fall in that spectrum, don't worry about it. I understand, like, there are people who, they think they're straight or they think they're gay, and then that one person comes along and they go to the other, they stay in that relationship. That's what I'm saying. For instance, I had this thing happen to me recently where one of the guys that I have dated is now engaged to a woman. So, and I know he was engaged to a guy like a long time ago, and then that's a long story, and then we dated, and then we broke up, and then he moved off, and now he's engaged to a woman. So it can happen, and like, I'm just gonna say, if y'all think that I act gay and I'm effeminate, and you're like, oh my gosh, he's so gay, you would say the same about him, probably. I mean, I don't want to get into it. It's too much of a side story. Anyway, all I'm saying is that just make sure you know before you come out. Like I said, don't be like kind of like, oh, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Like, be sure. That way you can kind of stand your ground and not give whomever you might be coming out to false hope. But yeah, I hope that's helpful. If y'all have any questions, like I said, I'll probably respond to some of the comments if y'all need any more explanation. Also, another thing that I wanted to say is, since messages on YouTube are like not the greatest, and y'all want to get in contact with me, I just created a Twitter account for this YouTube channel. I couldn't get the boyfriend channel or anything like that, but I got, I think I actually like it better. It's Hey Sour Apple. I'll put it on the screen right here, and y'all can tweet me and follow me and whatever if y'all like Twitter. So I've rambled on like for 11 minutes now, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.